I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
Please don't knock those together. No.
Holy shit!
Jesus.
Bobby,
stop. Bobby,
What's
stop.
wrong with you? Whoa!
Do not move.
No.
Do not move.
What is wrong with
Laura,
you?
are you dumb? How are you laughing at this?
Good. 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 Good.
Yeah. Happy Friday. What's up? It's Mr. Royce of Royce Media coming at you guys with another live stream. Happy Friday. Yeah. Yeah. You know how little Bobby was doing? They smacked them bottles together and later on, you know how old boy that drank that little bottle Hennessy too fast? It's gonna be y'all tonight. It's gonna be y'all tonight. Yeah. It's gonna be a celebration, bitches. Speaking of celebrations, it is my wife's birthday today. So let's say happy birthday to Mrs. J. Happy birthday, Mrs. J. We all love you. Yeah. So what's going on out there? How was the trip to work for you all that had to go to work today? How was that drive for you? Was it decent? Was it not too bad? Hopefully nobody got in accidents. We don't want to see that, of course. If you're not at work, how's your morning going so far? If you're asking about mine is going good. So I can't complain. Like I said, it's Friday. You know, Friday's always good. But for me, since I'm retired, pretty much every day is Friday. Every day is Saturday. Every day is whatever day I would like it to be. You know. So, hey. Okay. We're going to talk about some stuff today. We're going to talk about this week. because there's been a lot of news in this week, a lot of news with entertainers, content creators, politicians. So we're going to get into it. Some of it I've already talked about through the week. Some of it is new news. Yeah, we got a story we're going to talk about today that I just found out about. And to some people, it's surprising. Some people it's disappointing. To some people, it's both. But to me, it's neither. I fully expected it because you are what you attract, and what you attract is what you are, so forth and so on. Yeah. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask everyone entering the chat rooms on Facebook, on Rumble, on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the like button. Hit the like button as you come in. I'd appreciate it. You know, if you really want to do me a favor, announce yourself in one of the chats. Let me know you're here. And if you really want to do something for me, hit that Cash App. The Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So I would appreciate it if you drop something in there to help me grow this show. That would be awesome. And I'd appreciate it. So, yeah. So let me tell y'all, man, this content creating stuff it's not easy. It's not hard, but it's not easy. I would say it's tricky. It's like you gotta find the right lane. Oh, you gotta have some titties. You gotta have some titties. But straight up, you gotta have some titties. Do y'all remember Gamergate back in the day? Y'all remember Gamergate? Gamergate was where a lot of the I wouldn't even say a lot. You had a few women complaining, a few young females complaining that they're not getting the attention and stuff in the gaming industry and different things like that, and people aren't paying attention to their streamers. And as soon as guys said, "All right, well, we'll do more for you," they started selling pussy immediately. They got on Twitch, they got on all the other platforms, the gaming platforms, and they turned it into OnlyFans immediately. So, it's like, man, you can't win for losing. You can't win for losing. They immediately started selling ass. You know, man, you know, I, I, I tell you this much, man. I'm at the point, I try to talk nice. I try to talk halfway decent to grow these platforms, and I try to be palatable, but I'm realizing the only thing that's going to really get these channels popping is showing ass, showing ass and titties, and I don't have either, I don't have either. Yeah, I'm a guy with, man, I'm a guy. I don't have that stuff. So, Diddy wouldn't want me to go to his parties. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, yeah. So what we hey, this dude, man. Oh my God. We're gonna talk about, y'all saw the thumbnail. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. Where Walter Weeks of the duo Fresh and Fit has allegedly gotten an IG model pregnant. You know, that's what I was talking about earlier, the situation where some of you all would be, you know, surprised and upset and, you know, and stuff. And I was like, neither. I mean, if you constantly around IG models and you got everything set up for IG models and Insta thoughts and stuff like that, you're going to wind up sleeping with one of them. And you're going to get enchanted to shoot the club up on in one of them with no protection. You run here flaunting your money, flaunting your cars, your status, meeting at places that she would consider to be exotic and stuff. You you really think it wasn't going to be a matter of time before she tried to get you, tried to womb hustle you? Hey, why do you dudes fall for the womb hustle so much all the time? And then you be mad around here going, "Oh, man, man, these girls, you bothered me." Shut up. Shut up. Well, y'all be killing me, man. Y'all set yourselves up for the failure. You set yourselves up for play. You know. Shout out to my boy DJ Cuda. DJ Cuda is that's one of my YouTube brethren back in the day. Uh Cuda was just telling me. Well, Kudu was doing a live stream this morning. He wasn't just telling me, but this is something I had kind of already suspected because I've seen the pattern. Um, Speaking of Walter Weeks, he was talking about how in Thailand, the passport monger, the Thailand is messed up now. You know, that's because I told y'all what it was. I told y'all what it was. You know. When Passport Keisha and Passport Keyshawn go somewhere, they leave a path of destruction. They leave a path of destruction. They infest neighborhoods. This is why I have divested completely of the BC. I don't mind being around Black Americans. I like Black Americans. On an individual basis. As a group, no, I don't like you. I don't like you. You know, because you know, I see what happens. You know, on an individual basis, you know, I know y'all like you. If I don't, you know, the default is not. You know, I treat you all like I treat white people. White people I don't know, I don't trust, I don't deal with. You know, I do that with anybody, any group of people. If I don't know you, I don't trust you. You know, but on an individual basis, if I like you, then hey, you know, it's good, it's all good. If I hate you, then you know, I hope everything bad in life happens to you and only you, no one else. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see. Let me see some. I want to see something. We're going to get to this Myron Gaines story in a minute. I want to check out a few other things at first. You know, I know a lot of these, you know, red pill guys going to be real upset that, they're going to be real upset that Myron Gaines has allegedly gotten an instant thought pregnant, you know, and it's funny, man. Yeah, sipping on this coffee, man, trying to get my day going, trying to get this live stream popping, you know, but I don't have anybody in here, you know, so it's kind of like I'm smelling my own nuts. Yeah, man. It is what it is. You know, man. That first, I did that first live stream about Puffy, and man, I had the most people I've ever had in the live stream. I had 60 people. I was like, whoa, I got arrogant. But I took the 2-day break because it was on a Friday, and y'all know I don't really do live streaming on the weekends because I'd rather have that time for my family and stuff. Because I actually like being around my wife and my son mostly. You know, I mean, sometimes they get on my nerves, but that's sometimes I get on their nerves. I mean, but in general, I like being around my family. You know, And I know some of you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, that blue pill talk, that blue pill talk." Fuck you. Continue to lay in that 1 bedroom studio apartment, that 1 bedroom of that studio, beating off the lotion, looking at Pornhub, and being upset because the chick you wanted to marry don't want to marry you. Anyway, now that we got that out the way, so let's go through some of the news that I haven't possibly covered yet. Let's see what's out there. You know, let's see what's out here. I get some guy called the Migrant King got himself, and who was advocating for migrants to come over to the U.S. and take advantage of the system. He got caught, and I guess he got deported. Yeah, he'll be back. They'll let his ass back to the fence. Um, he's I guess he's originally from Venezuela. I'm going to pull up this video so we can take a look at it. You know, shout out to Venezuela saying they don't want them people back that they didn't kick out. Same thing with El Salvador. Hey, U.S., that's your problem now. You can't send them back. You know, I wish we had a policy to where we could kick out American citizens. I wish we had a policy like that where we could kick out American citizens. When you do a crime that's bad enough, we should be able to kick you out of the country. How come we can't do that, man? We should be able to kick you right out of the country. We should be able to kick you right out. Yeah. But unfortunately, we just give you a period of basically slavery, cut you loose, and after that, and you'll never have rights again. And that's basically what we do as a country. In some cases, it is justified, it is warranted, but you know, I think sometimes I think we'd be better served as a country if we could just kick some people out, just get the fuck on out of our country. What do y'all think about that, man? I think that should be something we should explore more. If that was something, if that was something that was put on a legislative ballot, I'd vote for it. What would y'all do? I'd vote for it. I'd definitely vote for it. I'd definitely be like, yeah, you know what? Kick his punk ass out. You know, yeah, you got a whole lot of people that talk about it. I'm talking about that. I'm in the country. You know what? We need to be able to say, so and so one, we kicking you out now. What do y'all think about that? I got a few people I would love to see kicked out of the country. Everybody with blue hair, blue, purple, pink, all them crazy colored. I would love to kick them out of the country. These guys, like the Migrant King, I would love to kick him out of the country. You know what? Let's take a look at this video, man. This dude on the thumbnail, on the one face, he got the whole reparations Dave Chappelle look, and then on the other side of the thumbnail, he's got the he's doing the baby mama cry, So let me pull up this. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I got it. All right. So let's take a look at this video with this guy. Let me get it set up. Let me move this out the way. All right. Let's check this video out. Fair use, fair use. Let me mute this mic.
Una casa en United States.
In his most recent controversial TikTok video, Moreno is telling his followers to avoid living on the streets in the United States. They can, quote, invade empty homes and live there, saying under U.S. law, if a house is uninhabited, it can be seized, referring to squatting rights in our country.
A few moments later.
Estoy en peligro de muerte en United States. Necesito.
Oh man. Oh, hey, that boy look. Hey, that boy hurting. Hey. Oh, hey, let me pause this, man. I didn't want that to happen. All right, let's go back in the video, man. I think I might have messed that up. Let's go. Man, I was sitting up here running my mouth, man. Anyway, I think we got a little bit of technology, technocraft going on. Anytime you start talking about stuff, the 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 people with the agenda they don't like, they start messing with your streaming videos and all of that stuff. So, but let's take a look at this guy again when he started crybaby. All right, let's go.
Squatting rights in our country.
A few moments later.
Estoy en peligro de muerte en United States. Necesito protección.
So let's talk about how this man, who I'm dubbing the Migrant King, went from flexing thousands of dollars on TikTok calling Americans stupid, now he's being deported back to Venezuela.
Hey, y'all know he's gonna be back, right? He's absolutely going to be back. They're gonna let him right back through that hole in the fence. Let's continue fair use, fair use.
So the man you see on screen is Leonel Moreno. He is a Venezuelan migrant. Now, Moreno entered the United States on April 23, 2022, claiming he needed asylum from the country of Venezuela. Now, Moreno was not deported back to Venezuela, but in the United States, and he was placed into the Alternative to Detention program. Now, this program allowed Moreno to walk free into the country, but promised that in 60 days he would report to the Enforcement and Removal Operations Office. So, shockingly, Moreno didn't report to the Enforcement and Removal Operations Office. He just bounced. Now, because Moreno failed to report, he became an illegal immigrant. So Moreno, not being here legally, needing to make some money, started making TikTok videos. Now, his videos specifically were about how to game the system as an illegal immigrant, how to find housing.
I can't help but wonder how many TikTok subscribers does this guy have? You know, it's like if you go do some bullshit on social media, you will get thousands, 100,000 subscribers. If you do some bullshit, like that's why I was saying I need some titties or something. You know, maybe I need to shake my ass with a camera or come up with some bullshit like this. I am pretty just I'm vanilla. I ain't got shit y'all want to see, but apparently this clown does, and he'll have thousands of subscribers, and they'll be egging this fool on to do stupid shit. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
How to make some money, how to do everything he had done to get to the United States and stay here illegally. Now, Moreno's videos started going mega viral, earning him tens of thousands of dollars in TikTok money. Here's an example of a couple of his TikTok videos.
A Venezuelan migrant bragged about living off of U.S. taxpayer money.
Confieso que a mí no me gusta trabajar porque me da alergia. Vivo de los taxes que usted paga al mes.
Leonel Moreno uploaded multiple TikToks encouraging more of his fellow Latinos to come to the U.S.
Y es totalmente falso que las fronteras están cerradas. Las fronteras están abiertas. Capichi, para todas esas personas, muchachos.
I'm gonna tell you this much. I appreciate his Spanish because it is very easy to understand. Um, Sometimes when you talk to um, Latinos from the Caribbean, such as Puerto Rico, Cuba, um, the Dominican Republic, so you can't understand shit they saying. You can't understand shit they saying, man. You know, so I appreciate South American Spanish. It is much easier to understand. I mean, they have words that I haven't heard before. A lot of Spanish I use is Central American and combination of Central American and Caribbean Spanish. It is very similar, but like I'm here in Florida, and sometimes when Cubans get to talk, man, I just look at them like, hey, yeah, bro, you got it. All right, but yeah, I appreciate his Spanish because he pronounces his words very good. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Now, Moreno didn't even use this platform to help other migrants. For instance, this 15-year-old who went into Times Square and shot at police, Moreno said, hey, we need to get together and get him bailed out.
Prosecutors charge a 15-year-old.
No. You know what? Send him back to wherever he came from. We already have enough little shorty pistol starters as it is. No, he's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go. And whoever this TikToker is, Leonel, he's got to go as well. So yeah, we got enough problems in the U.S. We got enough little pistol starters. Let's continue fair use, fair use.
As an adult, investigators say he opened fire inside a Times Square sporting goods store. Chaos ensued. One bullet hit a tourist in the leg. Police say the teenager also fired at officers.
The Venezuelan migrant urged his followers to protest to free the Times Square shooter.
Necesitamos pagar la fianza. Pichi, que hoy cometió un error inocentemente, porque es un niño de tan solo 15 años.
Now, incredibly, this guy stayed under the radar for all that time until he started telling migrants to invade people's homes.
Invadir una casa en United States.
In his most recent controversial TikTok video, Moreno is telling his followers to avoid living on the streets in the United States. They can, quote, invade empty homes and live there, saying under U.S. law, if a house is uninhabited, it can be seized, referring to squatting rights in our country.
It's not like it's not like this wasn't said before. I've talked about this on Facebook. I've talked about this with, on YouTube. It's not like this hasn't been that. It's not like the American people hadn't been warned. It's not like nobody in this country had been warned. It's here now. It's here. And guess what? Now y'all got to deal with it after the fact. Let's continue fair use, fair use. I gotta find this thing on video again, man. I think I'm just gonna have to start doing these videos as local clips. That'll probably be the best modem of control, but I don't want to keep that stuff. Okay, yeah. All right, so as usual, YouTube is tripping, But basically, this guy, they caught up with him when he started talking about squatters' rights, and he started talking about taking advantage of the squatters' rights and taking advantage of tenant laws and stuff. Now, this has been going on for as long as I can remember. I told you guys before about the situation I had in the past. We're trying to do evictions and stuff when I had rental properties, and this it's funny because you've had U.S. citizens, a lot of them from the community that have been doing this for years. And now you have people that aren't even from the U.S. trying to do this. You know, everybody is trying to get in on the hustle and hustle everybody else. You know, it's getting it's getting to be the wild wild west out here. You know, and so it's going to be interesting to see that pendulum swing the other way. I've told you all before, and I've been telling you all for a few years now, ever since Biden got in office, that there's going to be another crime bill. In fact, I remember saying that before Biden got elected, I said if he gets in office again, there's going to be another crime bill. I'm telling you, it's coming. He gets this second term, we're getting another crime bill, and it's going to be rough. Oh, check this out. 41 people charged in massive drug trafficking arrests linked to major cartel. Let's take a look at that story, man. You know, a lot of you all are like, you're against the drug war and stuff. Um, I'm against anything where I'm not benefiting financially. So if I'm not benefiting from from drugs being brought in the country, I'm against it. I'm gonna be straight up. You know, besides, I don't like constantly have to deal with stink bombs panhandling and doing something strange for some change, you know, in areas I gotta be in. So yeah, I'm all for the drug war. I just think we need to have the appropriate targets in the drug war. That's my only issue with the drug war. I You know, this fentanyl that's out here. I'm gonna tell you, man. I used to be in the city of Chicago, riding around, you know, doing work, and I would see people, man, frozen in a position because they done got a hold of that ooh wee with the fentanyl in it, and they would be just leaning, man. They would be just leaning, just frozen in time, man. Laid out in the middle of the street, all kind of craziness, man. I don't want that stuff around the people that I care about. I don't know about y'all, man. I don't want it around. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good for anybody. Man, I can't even pull this news story up. Yeah. All right. So about to pull this news story up. Fair use, fair use.
Houston and beyond. The CJNG is one of the most powerful and dangerous criminal organizations in Mexico, characterized by a business model of extreme violence and trafficking in the most deadly of substances: cocaine, heroin, meth, and fentanyl. My name is Alumdar Hamdani, and I am the United States Attorney for the Southern District of Texas, and I'm here to announce the DOJ's next efforts to disrupt the CJNG's activities.
I can't wait until they do something about that congressional cartel we got going, because we all think that these drug dealers are some shady, you know, nefarious mobster type gangster characters. Really, a lot of these real big drug dealers are the people that you're electing to public office. They're your politicians. You know, they're a lot of them. You know, are your doctors, different things like that. These are the people that the drug war needs to be aimed at. Finding out who these people are, finding out who the connections to these cartels are in the U.S. and getting rid of them. That's what that RICO needs to be for, not R. Kelly having a whole bunch of random women in his house that were all of consent age. You know, we need to stop using RICO for that. You know, that RICO is really being used as a gender war strategy rather than to actually go after real criminals, you know, like these politicians. That's what the RICO statutes, that's what they should be for. Not because, you know, I don't like that man because, you know, he having sex with women's, you know. That's what the gender war is being used for right now. Straight up. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
A 50-count indictment charging 41 people of drug trafficking in cocaine, heroin, meth, and fentanyl, as well as money laundering. Those charged are alleged to have sourced the drugs from Mexico, smuggled the drugs from Mexico across the border into the southern district of Texas, into Houston, and into places like Atlanta, Pensacola, New Orleans, Nashville, and
You know, it's funny when they talk about a lot of this drug trafficking. They don't talk about Canada. Do you know how much drugs is coming through Canada? You know what type of drugs are coming through Canada? A lot of this fentanyl is not coming through the southwest border. It's coming through Canada, along with the ecstasy, the Molly, and stuff like that. A lot of your designer drugs are coming through the Canadian border. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. And I know why they don't want you to find out about it. You know, it's a cold game out here. It's a cold game out here, man. It's a cold game. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Chicago. The charges allege that all 41 defendants operated under the overall control of the CJNG. Of the 41 defendants, DEA, United States Marshal Service, and other law enforcement partners have taken 20 defendants into custody over the course of the last week. 3 were already in custody, 2 have passed away, and 16 remain at large, including Roque Zamundo Mendoza of Michoacan, the main source of supply of the drug trafficking alleged in the indictment. There are fugitives in Mexico, in Houston, and as far as Laos. The arrests are a culmination of a 63-month OCDETF, Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force investigation that spanned from early 2019 to the present. All charged, face life in federal prison, as well as other penalties for other kinds of counts. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the drugs. The drugs that have been seized are 219 kilograms of cocaine, 34 kilograms of heroin, 550 kilos of meth.
Hey, that meth is the new drug of choice, man, you know, because it's cheaper and the high lasts a whole lot longer, man. But yeah, that's, you know, it's a good amount of drugs, but it's nowhere near that's what that's what the traffickers wanted them to grab. That was the throwaway stuff. They're not grabbing, they didn't grab the real stuff, you know, trust me. And they're in Texas. Trust me, you know, and what they're talking about Mexicans who are pretty much, you know, they are the gatekeepers right now to drug trade, but you got a lot of these Venezuelans in who are right next to Colombia because they don't grow coca in Mexico. We've set up the Democrats have unwittingly set up a whole new era of drug trafficking. I don't know if it was intentional or unintentional, But what we're about to see in the coming years, you're about to see drug trafficking go to another level. As as with some other stuff, you're about to see more Nazis in the U.S. Thanks to Ukraine, you're about to see more Islamic-based terrorist attacks. You're about to see a lot of Chinese spying, different things like that. It's about to be a hot mess in the U.S. If you are in, if you want to get into the career of law enforcement, now is the time to do so. And if you are in the career of law enforcement, now's the time to push to make more money because it's about to get ugly. And I keep telling y'all there's gonna be a new crime bill. So I would definitely start organizing and making maneuvers to take advantage of the chaos that is about to come because it's coming. It's already happening. It's been happening for a while. It's about to really blow up. It's about to really blow up. Look out for this summer. Look out for this summer. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
And 22,600 pills laced with fentanyl. Have you ever heard the term, one pill can kill, when it comes to fentanyl? 22,600 deadly pills. In 2021, over 107,000 Americans died from drug overdoses, with 66% of those deaths related to synthetic opioids like fentanyl. The cartel's ruthless pursuit of profit has come at the cost of countless young lives, leaving families and communities across the country devastated. The fight against the CJNG
Man, I was sitting here, man, talking my ass off. But anyway, I was talking about I got a cousin that lives in Philly and she was showing me some of that Kensington Ave stuff just a few years ago before the content creators started doing that stuff, and I was like flabbergasted how bad it was. I've seen stuff like that in Chicago. I've seen stuff like that in different parts of Florida, Jacksonville, you know, Greater Miami, like the real Miami, real Orlando and stuff. You see the impact of these drugs, man, and it's like, we're just scratching the surface of how bad it's going to get. I believe we're going to see something like, but it was like around 1989, 1990. That was pretty much the top of the crack era. I think we're going to enter a new era of drug addiction and drug trafficking. So, you know, hey, it's about to be wild. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
deadly fentanyl trade remains an ongoing battle. And I can tell you that battle requires every one of the people up here, ATF, HPD, DEA, United States Marshal Service, and the Galveston PD. It takes an all-of-government approach to stem the tide of the CJNG. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, Danny Como with the DEA.
This is a very significant case for the city of Houston. We work together as a team, as one here. from the city, federal, state, and the U.S. Attorney's Office to dominate this drug cartel. And we have made a difference. Not only have we made a difference, we saved lives. By these individuals being arrested, the drugs being taken off the street, we have saved lives. I want the citizens to understand we're doing our part as a team, as one, to make the citizens of Houston safe.
Howdy, I'm T. Michael O'Connor. I'm the U.S. Marshal of the Southern District of Texas. You've probably heard this saying, justice is coming. Well, I can assure you justice is here. And here's a prime example of a collaboration of multi-agencies from local, state, and federal. The Marshal
Hey man, I don't care what none of y'all got to say. Lawmen in Texas and lawmen in Florida do not fuck around. They don't fuck around. Hey man, you see how old boy got up there with the cowboy hat on? Hey man, that's some ballsy shit nowadays. No diddy. Let's go. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Service is well known for pursuit of fugitives. I consider them predators to our society as a whole. They are so good at doing this. You see the successes that we have across the nation in one of the collaborations that I have been a part of that has been in sync from the day one. It now shows the results. I can only assure you that we will continue to collaborate with the agencies here and make a difference in keeping our communities safe and assisting the law enforcement, local law enforcement as well. Thank you.
We're going to end that particular video segment there. I was running my mouth on mute again. I would like to know what you all in the audience, you all in the chat think with this situation. I already told y'all what my opinion is, and my opinion pretty much comes with my experience working in those fields that you know, a lot of those cartels are politically connected. We definitely seen so in Mexico, but they're definitely politically connected in the U.S. as well. Make no mistake. I am all for the drug war because drugs in my neighborhood doesn't benefit me. I am not a drug dealer. I don't like seeing junkies in my neighborhoods, and I don't like, having to deal with, you know, as a taxpayer, dealing with the effects of the crime from junkies. It's not that they're using the drugs, it's what they do to get the drugs. And I'm not paying for it. If you want to get high and you want to be a junkie, cool. Do it on your own dime. Don't do it on my dime. I don't want taxpayer money going to feed your drug habit. You know, a lot of people say, drug dealing is it's a victimless crime. Bullshit. Bullshit. No, it's not. You know, it's not a victimless crime. Not at all. There's a whole lot of direct and indirect victims from the drug trade. And you want to call addiction a disease? Cool. So is herpes. You get it from participating in risky activities, and I can't feel sorry for you. I can't. You know, you have a choice. So, what you decide to do, it's choices. What you decide to do. Gun crime is a choice. All of that stuff is a choice. I'm not, you got to be understanding. I am understanding that you did it to yourself. and that I don't want it around. So that's what we're gonna talk. That's how we're gonna rock with it. So it is what it is. So all right, let's get into this topic with Myron Gaines. Yeah. Let's talk about Myron Gaines, man. Myron Weeks, that's his name. I'm combined. It's not even Myron. What am I doing? It's Walter Weeks and Myron Gaines, also known as the content creator team Fresh and Fit. If you don't know what Fresh and Fit is, for those of you who don't know, Fresh and Fit is a podcast where they talk about modern dating issues, and the two hosts, they often find themselves interviewing other content creators. They find themselves interviewing Instagram personalities, Instagram models. And when I say Instagram, if you don't know who Fresh and Fit is, you know what Instagram is, and you know what Instagram is about. So they interview a lot of these girls that call themselves Instagram models. Myself and others, we call them Instagram thoughts, you know, because we know what it is they do. And so Myron, not Myron, but Walter Weeks. Walter Weeks, uh, one side of that content creating pair, has apparently gotten an Instagram model pregnant. And everybody's like, he did what? Well, listen, you know what? Before I even get into it, let's look at, shout out to my brother Bernard Riley, because Bernard Riley actually covered this last night on the Bernard Riley show. We're going to take a look at his video, because I think it's short enough to where we kind of get to what we want to get to. And we'll talk about it, man. I tell you, man, it's YouTube be tripping, man. YouTube be tripping. All right, I just want to get to the Bernard Riley channel. That's all I want to do. I don't want to see a video. You know what, man? My algorithm just doesn't cooperate. Usually, the algorithm pulls up what you look up the most. My algorithm puts up what I don't look at. I'm not looking for the Corey Holcomb video. Him talking about, Diddy. I'm not looking for that. Not looking at the Boyce Watkins, Bernard Riley video. I want the most recent Bernard Riley video, which I know is the video about Walter Weeks. Here we go. All right. Let me see if I can pull this up, man. Let me see if I can pull this up. So we can take a look at this Bernard Riley video. Shout out to Bernard Riley, content creator that I like. I watch a lot of his material, especially his live streams. Go check out his channel if you aren't already subscribed. Check out his content. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, and tell him Mr. Royce sent you. We're going to start doing that from now on. All right, so let's do this.
who he got pregnant, and he's trying to convince her to get rid of it. He leaked. Fresh from the Fresh and Fit podcast just got exposed by an IG chick who he got pregnant, and he's trying to convince her to get rid of it. He leaked text messages, private audio conversations.
I want to keep the baby.
Okay, well, like I said, I just don't want any kids.
She got fresh looking bad. But there are a lot of problem areas, if not outright lies, on her part. IG chick who he got pregnant, and he's trying to convince her to get rid of it. He leaked text messages, private audio conversations.
Hey, that ain't your average Asian chick right there. I'm just gonna say it. Let us continue. Fair use, fair use.
Conversations.
I want to keep the baby.
Okay, well, like I said, I just don't want any kids.
She got fresh looking bad. But there are a lot of problem areas, if not outright lies, on her part that no one else is going to talk about but me. Let's start from the beginning. She hit him with the classic at-home pregnancy test picture. She told him that you always told me you wanted me to be your baby's mother. I love you, and I did everything to be a good.
Hey, that's that pillow talking, man. That is that pillow talking. These guys be, and I already told y'all, my Walter Weeks seems like he's one of them guys. He couldn't wait to trick, and he couldn't wait to trick on bad bitches. I mean, that's what it. Hey, it is what it is. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Girlfriend, now this is happening and you walked away. She's talking about how he walked away before he found out or she told him that she was pregnant. This was something that she did after the fact, and we're going to get into that. He said, I'll call shortly. You can see right there that he did actually call, and she actually released the audio of that conversation, and we're going to play that in a second. Then she sent him the results to an actual pregnancy test that was performed by the doctor. Now, pay attention to the date of this particular test. It was on April 1st. And also pay attention to the 3 to 4 weeks that you see there at the bottom. 3 to 4 weeks that she's been pregnant. It's going to mess up a timeline.
Hey, y'all can tell Bernard, he's got the calculations down pretty good. He's gonna go through it to show that there's some finesse in the game that that Mr. Walter Weeks Fresh is being finessed by the instant thought. Hey, what up, Mike Reed? What up, bro? Glad you can join us. Hey, yeah, Apex Predator. Exactly. Hey, exactly. That's exactly what it is, bro. But the problem with the Apex Predator nowadays, man, they're getting dumber and dumber, even though the technology should be making them smarter and smarter. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
So stay tuned. This is going to get interesting. This is the part where they're negotiating. Then she hit him with the man up. And I have an issue with that because morality and legality aside, he's allowed to just put in his vote for her keeping it or not keeping it. She obviously has veto power over his vote, but he's allowed to put in his vote. This is the negotiation phase. Morality aside, the man up does not come into play until after she keeps it and he gets a DNA test. And that's going to be very important given what I'm about to unfold later on. Stay tuned. But anyway, let's get to the good part where her timeline and chronology does not add up, and then we're going to get to the audio. All right, very important. She says, I met him on November 21st in Miami, and I fell in love with him. I left Miami on January 8th and traveled back to China for the Chinese New Year. And we had a long distance relationship for 2 months until I traveled to Barbados to meet his entire family. He made everything so real that he is serious with me. Therefore,
Hey, hey, she thought she was gonna womb hustle her way into a halfway decent family of a rich guy. you know, hey, y'all don't understand how the game works, man. It's like they have levels to the game, man, and I mean and the bad thing about it is that again they aren't as smart with the game as they should be because they've gotten mentally lazy with the technology, but they're still womb hustling guys. They're still hitting guys to womb hustle. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
I'm not on birth control, and we had sexual behavior without protection. Now, let me get this right. This man who you were around from November 21st all the way to January 8th, that's a whopping 47 days that you had actually been around this man in person. And that was enough for you to get off of birth control. No matter how you slice it, that is poor pussy management. But that's not the worst part, because get this. She says, I was ready to have a baby with him and build a family. He asked me many times, well, what if you get pregnant?
Hey, you know what's funny? You check like this. They be ready to have a baby with a guy right away. but the same ones will be wanting to wait years to actually act right and be a wife, man. This was, hey, y'all got, hey, you really got to pay attention to what these hammerheads be saying. And that's the thing, a lot of you guys be like, I don't listen to when women say. You better listen to what they say, because that's the only way you're going to catch the bullshit. You got to listen to what they say. You don't have to do what they tell you to do, but you better listen to what they're saying, because that's how you catch them in the bullshit. That's how you're able to double back. Hey, didn't you say so-and-so, A, B, C, and D? And now you're saying B, C, D, and A? Yeah. All right, let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Answer towards him was always, yes, I want to keep the baby. I don't mind have a baby with you. So she was gone for 2 months, and then she came back. And after a couple days of being back, she's talking baby, 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 baby.
Have you been suffering from the after effects?
Yeah, that's a good point. The math for the time it would take for the birth control, for the hormone changes to uh for the effects of the birth control hormones to readjust, um take place. That's not enough time. Not only that, like the time that it would take for the ovulation and stuff, you can tell there's some funny bunny business going on. So let's continue. Fair use, fair use. Okay, so looks like we done lost some volume again. Let's try this again. Hold on. Let me take a look. Hmm. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble with the audio. Trying to fix it now. Let me see what I can do to get it done. Uh, Hmm. Yeah, OBS is tripping, man. OBS is tripping hard. I don't know why. It's Let me try this again. Or
Confirmed. Exactly.
all right. Let's try it
From the
now.
Fresh and Fit podcast just got exposed by an IG.
Okay, we're not going.
Protection. Now, let me get this right. This man who you were around from November 21st all the way to January 8th, that's a whopping 47 days that you had actually been around this man in person. And that was enough for you to get off of birth control. No matter how you slice it, that is poor pussy management. But that's not the worst part, because get this. She says, I was ready to have a baby with him and build a family. He asked me many times, well, what if you get pregnant? My answer towards him was always, yes, I want to keep the baby. I don't mind have a baby with you. So she was.
What this tells me is that she was letting him hit it with no protection, and instead of him, instead of him catching the red flags, he was being stupid and going, well, what if you get pregnant? There's always a what if she gets pregnant. And so it's up to you to protect yourself from that situation. And he didn't. He just wanted to shoot the club up. And so, now he's got a situation where whether she's pregnant by him or not, he's being womb hustled. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Gone for 2 months, and then she came back, and after a couple days of being back, she's talking baby, 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 baby. Cute pictures of what Black and Asian kids look like. She was doing this long before she ever confirmed that she was pregnant or had legitimate reason to believe that she was pregnant. She just started out with this right after she got back from China. But it gets worse. It says after a few days, he asked me to move out. He likely had her living in one of his houses. He owns, quite a few properties. So he had her living in one of the properties that he didn't have a tenant in. So after a few days, he asked her to move out. Again, this is before he found out that she was pregnant. It says he stopped coming home. He disappeared for 3 nights without explanation. I called him. He never answered when I did nothing wrong. So
I gotta ask a question. What is this thing with women? I see this a lot. You know what? I'm not going to sit it. What is this thing with people who aren't in a marriage thinking that someone is obligated to come home to them every night, just because they're having sex with them? I don't understand that. I don't even I don't understand moving in and living with someone that you're just having sex with. If the marriage is not on the table and a proposal hasn't been made, why are you guys shacking up with each other? Why are you women shacking up with each other? That's stupid. That, you know what? I gotta clip that R. Kelly. That's stupid. There's a whole lot of stupid stuff going on there. Just because it's done commonly doesn't mean it's not stupid. And that's one of the stupid things I see. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Moved out and booked the first flight to New York, and on March 30th, I had a pregnancy test. Now that shaky timeline comes into play. When she said she went to Barbados to meet his family, and that's when it all felt so real and he was being so serious, and then she got off of the birth control, that would have been sometime between the 9th, 10th, and 11th, where she started feeling all the feel goods on the insides and got off of birth control. We know that because she said they made it back to Miami on the 12th, and Fresh was missing from the Fresh and Fit podcast during the 9th, 10th, and 11th. Myron was doing it by himself. Now, some would argue that Myron has been doing it by himself since 2020, but that's a separate debate. We're not here for that. Nevertheless, they returned to Miami on the 12th. So let's get the math right. From the 12th to the 30th, we're talking 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 days of you being fully back in his presence and off birth control, and you now know that you're pregnant. And even if we go by the results from the actual pregnancy test with the doctor that she got on.
Hey, speaking of which, y'all know they're selling pregnancy tests now, right? Y'all know about that. In fact, somebody was doing a video that I was Minister Jap. Shout out Minister Jap, one of my Chicago brethren. He did a video last night of pregnancy tests being sold on websites like Amazon and social media outlets. So it's out there, gentlemen. It's out there. Be aware. Stay alert. Stay alive. They pregnant women are selling pregnancy tests because there's no crime such as paternity fraud in most places in the United States. I think we only have one state that has paternity fraud legislation, and I think that is Tennessee. So it is what it is, gentlemen. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
On April 1st, of which it takes 3 to 4 weeks to actually confirm that you're pregnant from one of those type of tests. If we start for counting from the 12th, we are legitimately counting 7, 14, 20 days. So even on the low end of the 3 to 4 weeks that you would have to be pregnant to confirm pregnancy, it's still coming up a day short on that. Birth control, when you get off of that, your hormones don't just snap back into place. No, it takes 2 to 6 months for somebody to be able to of birth control. So
that's what I was mentioning earlier a few minutes ago. It takes a while for your hormones to get readjusted in order for you to be able to get pregnant and carry a child. So yeah. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
in order for this timeline to have to add up exactly right, she would have had to be on one of the do-it-yourself, put it in and pull it out yourself diaphragms. She would have had to pull it out on the 11th or the 12th. She would have had to been ovulating then. He would have had to been Steph Curry with the shot at that moment, just for them to fall, just not even making the 3 to 4 weeks timeline for her to be pregnant. That coupled with the fact that she was gone for 2 whole months and then came back talking about baby, 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 I want to have your baby. It sounded like she came back pregnant. It sounded like she got pregnant when she was in China, but Fresh was gas.
That I wouldn't be surprised of. Not at all. You know what? She might not have even been in China, to tell you the truth, because let's just put it this way. I don't think this woman is a Chinese national in the way that she has presented herself. And it's not even clear that she presented herself as being a Chinese national. I think she's more U.S. American than Chinese than anything. Yeah, so I think she might have, I think she got an American guy that, if she's pregnant at all, she got pregnant by an American citizen. It is what it is, man. I'm definitely thinking that. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Passing her up, telling her that he loved her and wanted her to meet the family, and he's rich, and so she figured, hey, he's probably make a better dad than the person that actually got her pregnant. But I digress. Here's the audio.
All right.
I want the baby because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and it's over.
No. No.
All right, we're having some trouble again with OBS. OBS does whatever it wants to do, despite what I would like it to do. Now we're showing pictures, we're showing video of the diddler, and I'm not on the subject of the diddler right now. You know, so yeah. Let me see if I can. Ah, goodness. Let me grab this one more time so I could. Yeah, I. Yeah, let me. Just gonna make me do a Diddy story, huh? I ain't even on that man right now. Pause. No Diddy. All right.
Pregnant. It sounded like she got pregnant when she was in China. But Fresh was gassing her up, telling her that he loved her and wanted to meet the family, and he's rich. And so she figured, hey, he's probably make a better dad than the person that actually got her pregnant. But I digress. Here's the audio.
All right.
I want the baby because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
Okay, what I wanted to say was that you all notice how religious these they get these modern women get real religious when it's convenient, when it suits their purpose, but then they want freedom from religion when it impedes whatever it is they want to do, or it brings a sense of shame on them. Because had she truly been religious, she would have not been having sex outside of a marriage to begin with. You don't have the sex before you get the marriage if you are truly a religious person, especially if you are a part of the Abrahamic religions, the big three, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. You're not supposed to have premarital sex. You're not supposed to fornicate. You're supposed to have sex within a marriage. You know, I mean, they all have their separate rules about sexual activity, but that is one of the common things across the board with those religions. Which is another reason I'm not all that sold on the fact that she's Chinese national. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
You're not. They just give you a pill and it's over.
No. No. I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from a doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant. I can't pretending like nothing happened. I can't. In my religion, we don't kill.
Yeah, man. I don't. I there's definitely some BS in the game. I mean, even just from the little bit we've seen, I I definitely smell some BS. Let's continue. Fair use, fair use.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just don't want any kids. You know?
Okay, so what you gonna do? And what you gonna do to me?
Nothing. Well, why did I do anything to you?
Nothing?
She is definitely trying to boom hustling, man. I'm going to close that video right here. But she is definitely uh, trying to hit him with the full course womb hustle press. What do you all think about that, man? This was real. If if this is indeed Myron, which more likely it is, um, let me make sure. Yeah, my mic is going. Hey, if this is indeed Myron, not Myron, but Walter Weeks. If this is indeed Walter Weeks, um, on this phone with her, um, all I got to say is he set himself up for failure because he was shooting up the club raw in a chick that he pretty much just met, and he the little bit that he did know about it is that she's an Instagram thought. When you mess with whores, expect whorish result. If you're gonna monger, expect those results. And I'm not telling people what they should or shouldn't do. What I'm saying is what you participate in, expect the results of that. And those results won't always be good. You know, and he didn't conduct proper risk management, which would have been wearing a condom, uh, pulling out with the condom on, making sure he disposed of the condom to where she couldn't get to the condom, making sure that all of the contents in the condom were disposed of separately. I mean, as I said before, shout out to Minister Jeff. He breaks it down. If you don't want kids, you're just out here having recreational sex, then there's things you got to do. And we go hard on the women. We do. Got no problem with that. We go hard on the women. But a lot of you guys are stupid too. If you don't want kids, you don't sleep with somebody with you don't have unprotected sex with these women, because it's not only about like not having kids you don't want, or not creating children you don't want. It's also about protection from disease. There's a lot of stuff out here that will either kill you or that you can't get rid of, and you got to walk around with for the rest of your life, all because you didn't want to wear a condom. That's stupid, you know. Uh, and in addition to being attached to someone who, should have just been a booty call. Lots of times booty calls wind up becoming 18-year situationships of hostility. you know so you have to look out for yourself, because the system is not going to treat, even though it's for women, it's my body, my choice. I'm strong, I'm independent, and they should be able to handle all of the consequences, of all their decisions by themselves in a perfect world. But the reality is that the system is going to find a way to extract money out of you as a man. The system is going to find a way to extract labor out of you as a man. They're going to penalize you for being a man, and you know, one way or another, if they don't send you off to die in a war via the draft, they're going to put you in indentured servitude or slavery through the system. So you have to understand what it is, and you have to take the necessary measures to understand what you're getting into. You know, Myron said he didn't want to have kids, so you know he should have protected himself better. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. I don't know what do you guys think about it, man? You know, what do you all think about it? Oh, yeah. Well, that's pretty much what it is with that story. You know, now he's got to deal with that situation. However it turns out, I hope it works out for the best for everyone involved. You know, I feel bad for the fetus because the fetus has no degree of choice at all in this situation, unfortunately. You know, and you know, this is all because of two stupid tall toddlers, basically. You know, they you know created a situation that you know the baby being wind up one way or another, the baby's gonna wind up paying the ultimate price, you know. And I guarantee that that woman is going to hide behind, you know, what's best for the children, because that's what they always hide behind. That's the lie they hide behind, man. So um it is what it is, man. So yeah, yeah. Well, I pretty much have I pretty much talked about what I'm going to talk about for now. If you all don't have anything else you would like to discuss, I'm gonna I'm gonna end this one, and I may or may not come back later. It depends on what else I have to do today. But you all do me a favor, take it easy, enjoy your weekend, safe travels, and hope to see you all soon on my next video effort. This is Mr. Royce J. Royce Media. Like, share, and subscribe. Get in the comment section if you have something you want me to talk about. Do me a favor. Either send me an email or shoot me a messenger if we are friends on Facebook. Have some other people subscribe to the channel, man. You know, the more people we get in here, the more we can rock out. I would love to meet and talk to new people and expand what we're doing over here. You know, I love interacting with people in the chat. I love talking with people in the chat. You know, I even like to troll a little bit. What are my dogs? Come on. My dogs get goofy. I even like to troll a little bit. So let's make it fun. Let's make it fun on Rumble. Let's make it fun on Facebook. Let's make it fun on YouTube. Let's do that. And like I said before, you know, if you feel it in your heart, you know, drop a little something in the Cash App. I'd appreciate it. It'll help me grow this platform, because I would like to be able to do. I would like to be able to expand what I'm doing over here to make it more entertaining for you all. You know, I am here to serve the people. Yes, sir. All right, man. I'm gonna get on out of here. Y'all take it easy, man. Peace.